Derpy Potatoes, it's Erenaroonie here, and now I'm fading back into my actual voice, and welcome back to Erenaroonie Rambles. Today we have our special guests, AxelDK64 and Laura. So hello everybody.
Hey,
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
So Axel is a YouTuber as well as a DeviantArt artist. I've worked with him in the past, and currently we are doing the Villainous Villainous English dubs.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing so many comic dubs, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But Villainous English, I can't even say it now.
Villainous fan dubs, English fan dubs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Villainous English fan dubs.
Twister.
And we're also doing a few other dubs in between, such as some of the comic dubs, which we recorded way back when, but like never edited the video. So we need to go back in and do that.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah. And DeviantArt page, which is also sold out, AxelDK64. So definitely check it out. And so today is February 1st, right?
Yes.
February 1st. So
Febs.
Valentine's Day, and as you guys know, I am doing the Sonic Boom stop motion animation series by Daniel Nemitz, and we just introduced a Valentine's Day special coming up for Sonic Boom, so definitely make sure to check it out. So another thing is other updates is that I've been really busy. I know I haven't been doing a lot of comic dubs. I'm starting to lean away from that and do other things as well as the podcast and such. But it's not that I'm not voice acting. I am voice acting. I've just sent in a couple auditions, and I've also just gotten some roles for some things that I don't think I can announce yet, but let's just say that for now there's some more Sonic stuff coming up, and I'm really excited to be doing that. And one update that ties into the main focus of this episode is that one of the voiceover roles that I got is for a video game. I don't know what else I can say about it, but I will say that it's a video game, it's a horror game, and so I'm really excited to be doing that. I don't know what else I could say on it, so that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying any spoilers, don't sue me. So
It sounds fun though.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be doing that. This is my first one for it. I did do we did just a voiceover bit for the, what is it called? The Witch's House. Have you guys heard of that RPG horror game?
No.
No?
First time for me.
Well, okay, so this RPG horror game follows a girl named Viola who is stuck in the witch's house, which was her friend, and she's trying to solve puzzles and navigate her way out. But in order to do so, there's like a bunch of spooky stuff that happens. Obviously, that's where the horror element plays in. Her friend Ellen is the witch, obviously, and she's stuck in there, but she's playing, so to speak, with
Quotation marks.
Yeah, and it's got a very good twist at the end, and it's one of those horror games where it has multiple endings. So it was a really fun game to see. And someone had Blue Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Blue Rhapsody. Oh my goodness, I totally blanked on the YouTuber's name. But they had done an English dub of it where we voiced. It was like a abridged, so to speak, an abridged of the Witch's House where we added voices to the video game. So it's basically a playthrough of the video game, but with all these voices doing all the characters. And so that was a lot of fun to do. I'm one of the yellow flowers, so
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've seen some people do that before, like for like a Phoenix Wright, they did like voiceovers, or they did it for Persona. When they don't have like the dialogue there in English or something, they kind of do their own kind of little dub things. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
Well, I can't really offer my opinion on it due to my due to the fact that I have very little experience with it. So yeah.
That's okay. Something about it though, I have done that in the past with the Doki Doki Literature Club English. I haven't finished it because every time so the first episode I did it completely straight through, just record the whole audio.
One take.
Raw audio. Yeah, one take audio. So like you hear me struggling to switch back and forth, and all the characters conversing with one another. So that was really hard to do, but I still plan to do it, but better. So I will be doing more Doki Doki Literature Club, one, because I want to finish the game, because I love the game, and I also wanted to do some voiceover work for it, because it was a lot of fun to do that recording. So I know it was like, a year ago since the last episode, but I do plan on finishing it, hopefully. It's just the whole matter of editing the audio and recording said audio that is the difficult part.
Yes.
It won't be anytime soon, obviously, because I've got all these other voiceover roles that I'm working on. But definitely, I will try my best to get to it. If not, I do apologize. But I really do like that game, and I like the whole idea of being able to go in for a video game and like add in audio as the characters.
Yeah.
Like, I know some video gamers tend to do that themselves. Like, say Markiplier, he'll do little voices for little characters as he's playing, which is, I think it's fun. And like, obviously being a voice actress, I feel like it's an opportunity to like test out new character voices, but also to just like have fun with the game, like give the characters more character, that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So, on that note with the whole voiceover for the video game, we are going to be going into our actual main topic, which is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Super Smash Brothers! Do you kind of miss that announcement?
Yes!
That every single title.
Yes.
They had it to 64 the Melee and just kind of cut it off. It's like, no more. Why? It's just so hype. Just gotta end it with that. But yeah.
So, yeah, it came out in December, right? Came out December? Or November?
December 7th.
December 7th. So that's when the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. And the big thing about this one, not only do they say this is the last Smash Bros. Again, because, you know, like, each time it's like, this is the last one. It's like, oh my gosh. But this Smash Bros. Is different than the rest because all previous characters are back inside the game, meaning every character that's ever made an appearance inside the Smash universe has come back. We've got Pichu back, we've got Roy back, we've got Young Link, all these characters, plus some new characters that were just a shock to everyone, really. Like King K. Rool, that one was the biggest one for me, like, oh my gosh, I geeked out so bad. And I have a story about the whole King K. Rool one coming in. But basically, that's our topic of discussion is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, I will start with our guests first. What are your thoughts on the new Smash Bros?
Well, my thought is, memes. Okay, memes aside, I was pretty damn excited. I mean, everyone is here.
Yes, that was the big thing. Everyone's here.
Yeah, when people saw Snake on there, it was like, oh my freaking gosh! It's like he's back.
I geeked out so bad.
Yeah, I'm really excited that like I'm able to revisit all these old characters I used to play. Like I played a lot of Pokemon Trainer or something back in Brawl, but they never had him back because like the Wii U and 3DS didn't do like transformative characters anymore. So they had to like change Sheik and Zelda like as their own separate characters, as well as Samus and Zero Suit. Samus has a separate thing, which is probably better because they have their own different play style. But the fact that like everyone's here, and I also geeked out at King K. Rool. I actually voted for King K. Rool for the Smash ballot because one, he's a villain. We need another heavyweight, and we need another DK country rep. So he would just fit the bill.
So before we get on to the King K. Rool, I wanted to clarify on that. So wait, the whole reason they separated Sheik and Zelda was because it couldn't transition into the DS version?
I'm pretty sure. I think my theory is that the 3DS didn't have the processing power to handle the transformative part.
Yeah. Oh. And they wanted to keep the Wii U and 3DS the same, like the same characters together, like different stages but different, the same characters. So Ice Climbers was also cut because of the hardware limitations on the 3DS.
Oh yeah, because for Ice Climbers it's not just one. You're playing with two characters at once.
That doesn't make sense because he got freaking Rosalina Luma and she's like OP.
Not only that, but what about Olimar? Doesn't that also kind of count as like multiple characters?
I think the Pikmin have less and have less animations compared to the other Ice Climbers.
I think it's they're more like projectiles and like assistants for like smash attacks rather than like characters you could control yourself.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to clarify on that. Now I'm pretty sure that you guys really want to talk about that. So King K. Rool, which is one of our favorites to come onto the Smash Bros. Universe.
Well, don't forget for Laura, it was Simon Belmont and Richard. So.
That's right. I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw Simon, I thought it was the guy from Golden Axe.
The guy from Golden Axe has a big beard and a big axe.
I should have known that, but I didn't. So, like, I just saw the axe. I'm like, is this the guy from Golden Axe? And it was like, nope, you're wrong. You're very wrong.
And needs to be a little shorter to fit the bill.
But, yeah, like, as soon as I found out, they're from Castlevania, I'm like, that's an interesting idea to have them in there. Mm-hmm. So, like, and then obviously for the King K. Rool, that was, like, a crazy one. But definitely, I want to hear the Simon and Belmont. What was Simon and Richter? I can't ever say his name. I say Richer or Richter or like Richer or something.
Richie
Rich. I don't know. I just keep saying random things. But yeah, I want to hear about that.
Well, I first got an interest in Castlevania via Super Bomberman R after Konami turned Simon Belmont, Dracula, and then Alucard into Bomberman. And then from there, I just looked at Castlevania related stuff, mostly memes, and then boom.
Yeah,
really?
She became a fan. I've seen her like have a fan of like a lot of like Konami stuff now. She's been like looking into that, and they have a really interesting history, pretty shaky history, but they had like interesting characters and ideas and stuff. The original creator. What was it? What was the original creator? Hoshi something?
I don't remember.
All right. Well, the original creator had made like all these things, but then it kind of had like rocky stuff and like bad decisions from Konami. Mm-hmm. So like it was just a surprise to kind of see Simon and Richter there, as well as Snake, because like the shaky relationships that Konami has with everyone else in the industry. It's just kind of cool that they basically resurrected a classic like Castlevania has been respected a lot, like in the gaming community, being a hard game but like rewarding at the same time, and it's just kind of cool to see him there.
Mm-hmm. One thing, Konami characters. Which ones are these again? Because I'm terrible with like different random characters. Like which characters come from Konami? It's like Banjo-Kazooie or
no, they're from Rare.
That's
Rare. Okay, Rare is those guys. Okay.
Yeah, Richter, Simon, and then it was Snake as well, and the Bomberman also from Konami. So.
Well, Bomberman used to be part of Hudson, but then Konami acquired Hudson in 2012.
Oh yeah, I didn't thought of that. They had a game on the 64. I own it. It was like Bomberman Hero or something like that, and it was developed by Hudson before the buyout. Rest in peace, Hudson.
Okay, because I didn't know about the whole Konami thing. I knew about the Rare thing because of the whole, they took away King K. Rool and all that, and as well as you're never really seeing the DK crew again, that sort of things. So that one I knew about, because like you could tell in the games, like there's a difference, you know. I don't, you know, Vikings, you guys had fun with it, but it's just like I miss the Gremlins, I miss all that, you know. So it just felt like empty for me. So it was like, I felt the change for that, but I didn't know that about the Konami thing.
Yeah, for sure. It was like John Tron says, like, they replaced the Gremlins because they went on an extended vacation, so they got the next best thing, a piece of freaking wood. But yeah, speaking of King K. Rool, yeah, I was really happy when I like saw him. I think I like woke up my sister, basically kind of spoiled it for her when she was asleep. It was like, it's King K. Rool, and then I heard that music and like all those references from his attack. Like his boxing glove is from Donkey Kong 64, which is what my alias is named after, and the crown throw was the first boss of him from DK1, Donkey Kong Country 1. Donkey Kong Country 2 is represented by his pirate get up, and then like his cannon, and then his little helicopter
is Donkey Kong 3.
What was it?
It was like it looked like a Dr. Frankenstein thing. I can't remember.
I thought it was Dr. Krookenstein or something.
I think it was K. Roolenstein.
Yeah, K. Roolenstein. Yeah, now you got it.
But yeah, I liked all of those references. That's why King K. Rool is one of my go-to. What is it? When your mains, right?
Yeah,
one of my mains for that is just he's so comedic. I love those little references of all the games put into one character, as well as like he has like a sort of style to him. Like the way he walks is super funny, but he also has like that crazy side with like the eyes and all that, as well as like the crocodile side where like he snaps at you or whatever, and of course the silly side like where he smacks his stomach or like he belly flops. It's just all these little details about King K. Rool I love and that's why I love playing it.
He was always kind of silly, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
Rareware is like from British people, and they like that like comedic effect thing. And I wonder if they got inspiration from the cartoon as well. It's like, now that I have the power, this is my greatest hour. Nothing on this earth could stop me now. And it's like, I'm wondering if they got inspiration from that, because it did got the crystal coconut from that weird cartoon to implement on the Donkey Kong 64. So I'm wondering if they got inspiration from that too.
I mean, I know a lot of people will give crap about it, but the freaking Donkey Kong TV show was awesome, man.
It was
I
cheesy.
had the VHS tape of it, and I would rewatch the 4 episodes that it had on it over and over until I found the wonderful technology of YouTube, and that's where I got to watch all of it.
Yeah.
And oh my lord, I was so happy. I mean, like, some of the music is cheesy, yeah, but some of it is really freaking catchy. Like, oh my gosh, like the whole. There was one that you had talked about before. What was it? Was like the mirror. You showed me like a memed version of it.
Yeah, the mirror never lies.
The mirror never lies. I remember as a little kid, I kid you not, my grandpa's sitting on one side and I'm sitting on the bed and I'm dancing along to the song, and he's just kind of like, okay.
What the?
And it was really funny because like he knew what it was, but like he didn't understand English, so it was like he just sees us dancing and singing along. It's just like, okay, just do your thing.
Yeah.
So it was that's why it was just like a really big part of my childhood. So I was really sad when they stopped using the Kremlings and King K. Rool and all that. But when they brought him back, like, oh my goodness, it was the right kind of fan service. You know what I mean? It just it felt right, and I was so happy to see that. Like, I'll tell you guys what happened when I first saw it. Oh my god! So I actually caught the live stream bit where he came on, and that's where I actually saw King K. Rool come on. So I was on the live stream, I clicked on it real quick, and then as soon as I clicked on it, King DDD's there, and then all of a sudden, no, King K. Rool's there, and I'm freaking geeking out, like, oh my god.
That was the greatest trailer ever, just because of the troll factor.
And I got it live, and oh my god, I was geeking out so bad. And then I was riding in the car with my brother, who had not seen it. I'm like, guess who's the new person? Is like, what? And like, I'm like, guess who it is? And so he's like guessing and all that. And then he's like, is it Dixie Kong? It's like, no. And then I finally said it was King K. Rool, and he did not believe me. He's like, yeah, really funny. Or like, yeah, right. Who is it really? I'm like, dude, it's King K. Rool. And like, he saw it, and he starts freaking out. Oh my god, you weren't kidding!
Yeah.
What? And he starts going off about the whole Rare thing. He's like, but Rare took the character and all this stuff. Like, he went off, dude. It was the funniest. I'd never seen that look in his eyes before, man. It was amazing.
Well, technically, like, all the Donkey Kong Country series characters belong to Nintendo, since, like, originally Masahiro Sakurai Shigeru Miyamoto made the Donkey Kong property and just kind of adopted that. So, like, all the characters they can, like, use. The reason why they weren't used in Donkey Kong Country Returns is that Retro wasn't favorable of, like, just having King K. Rool there and just kind of relying all on nostalgia. So they just cut off King K. Rool and had, like, these new characters, all the Kremlins, because they didn't want to be associated with the past. Oh. So that was the reason why King K. Rool hasn't been in the game since Super Mario Slugger. It's a spin-off game on the... Was it on the Wii or was it on the GameCube?
It was on the Wii.
Yeah.
Sluggers was on the Wii.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's move on to, I guess, the other question.
Yeah, let's move on. We can go on King K. Rool forever, but let's just say we're happy to have him back, and maybe fingers crossed, this would be a great way to introduce him back into the Donkey Kong 64 or Donkey Kong, a new country game. Yeah. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
So, continuing on, what do you like about the game? Like, what are the things that you like about it?
I think one of my favorite things would have to be the variety of characters and stages and the shit ton of music.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of music. You know what, like 900 tracks altogether?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to unlock all the music, like trying to go to the shop, get the music. Mm-hmm. I was so happy when like certain songs came up, like especially in Brawl. Brawl had really good music. Mm-hmm. The boss medley from Kirby's Super Smash Bros. Brawl music, it's always really good.
Actually, it's just such a wide variety that I started to do something I never did before for a Smash game, which was do the random button. because there's so many characters, so many stages. I just do the random button. Like, you know what? Take me to something, whatever. I won't choose the same ones over and over. You guys really put in the effort. I want to see all of them, so I just put it on random, which is something I've never done before.
There's definitely more appeal for like all kind of players, not just like casual or hardcore players, but like there's options for like everyone, and I kind of like that. And since you can put the rules first, you don't have to like kind of go back and forth with like always adjusting and stuff, which is really helpful. So I'm just having fun making like rules. Like I saw like this one rule set where it's like Street Fighter, where it's just like HP and then like 3 stocks, and like it's really fun to do with flat stages on. And then I have like basic casuals, which is like your base game that you just get out of the package. And I got chaos casuals, where it's like morphing switches, and then like the Smash Bros meter is on, all the items are on high, and it's just kind of funny to kind of just have fun with it. And with like 100 something stages, it's like so many variety you can do, so much fun you can have.
Now that we've said the likes, I'm gonna go ahead and say, what are those things that you dislike about it? I know it's like hard to, because there's so much good about it. It's just like, what are something that kind of like bugs you a little bit about it?
I think a couple of the things, well, since I've played very little of Ultimate, since my brother hogs the Switch, I will go by what I've experienced and read on the internet. From what I've experienced, the World of Light compared to the Subspace Emissary seems a bit more bare bones.
I mean, World of Light was like, it's pretty fun or something. I like the idea of spirits, and you can kind of imagine the little fights that you have. But it would have been fun to have like dedicated platform like levels to kind of go around and kind of have the feel that Melee had with their adventure mode as well. A little bit shorter and condensed, but kind of like a fun little thing. And I do wish that there was like more cutscenes and more stuff to do. And like the roster you get is very like limited. Like you get characters very slowly on that.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm trying to think of something else.
I'm having so much trouble on the spirit board. Oh my goodness.
And people who want to use their mains in World of Light have to work for them.
Yeah.
Though, granted, having to work for them is kind of justified, but still.
True. Yeah. That's why a lot of people just kind of just, you know what, I'm just going to... The whole unlocking thing is like, we're just going to do the cheesing 20 minutes fight, and then we're going to just keep on resetting until we get all the characters. Because this is what all the characters there now. It's like, they don't want that limitation as like working for it or something. They just want to play like right out of the box, you know? They don't want like options closed for them. They just want to have everything there. Like the same thing that to do with like Mario Kart Deluxe. Or like Mario Kart 8. Like, you have to work so much from the original, but when you got the port, everything is unlocked. You just have to unlock the parts and like Gold Mario, but other than that, everything is there.
Because like I like to play a game and like unlock things, but like I also hate having to be so limited. Like say I can't play with my favorite character. Like I would rather like the characters be open and like you can unlock other things with it. Like of course like with the Mario Kart, like unlock the wheels and carts and all that separately.
Yeah, something a little bit minor, but like unlocking like a main core character, like you have like a friend come and visit, and then like they realize you haven't unlocked all the characters yet, and their favorite's not there, and it just kind of just bums them out a bit, you know.
I mean, for Smash, I did like enjoy to unlock all the characters. It was like a really big thing for me because I'm terrible at video games, so like it felt like a real accomplishment when I unlocked them all. But I can see where people was like, yeah, you know, I just want to be able to play with friends. They should be able to have the option to do so. Oh,
speaking of online, that's a big issue.
Really?
From what I've experienced so far, and a lot of people like said on the internet, there's like, even though it seems to be like very like fast or something like that, like you have a preset rule, like you prefer like 8 minutes and then like 3 stocks or something like that, like the basic things with no items, but you don't always get that match all the time. You get like something that's close to it, but it's never exactly what you want. And then when you're trying to make rooms with friends or something, and you want to invite like more friends, you have to make sure that first of all, you have to have all your friends each other's like friend codes, otherwise it won't work. Or you have to like make it in public and then have like a password and an ID and stuff like that, and it's a little bit more of a hassle. And you can't change like characters or stages off the fly without getting out of the arena to fight. So if you're already there but you want to switch out, someone could just easily just start if they have like enough players. And you can't switch out the rules when you're like in the middle of the fight. So if you want like from items first, but then someone wants to do like competitive play, they can't do that. They have to like make an entire different room just to do that. So and the lag, that affects the online as well.
I think for the online, the other really thing was the whole like you can't have comms. It's just whoever is in the arena. So it's like, I don't mind, but it's just like I like to have like a bunch of people to fight, and then like the whole narrowing it down. It's fun to do.
Yeah, definitely have that option. Like use Amiibo, use like others, and you can't even do like 2 players on the same system in like a ring room or something. You can't do that for some reason.
You'd have to do it locally, right? The local.
Yeah, for some reason, like online, they used to do it on the Wii U, even though like it has its faults. So I don't see why they can't do it here.
Mm-hmm. The issue that I had with Ultimate, the only issue really was the voiceover from a voiceover perspective. And I'm not saying, this sucks. It's just, the only thing was just like the yelling thing was the thing that it felt really lowered here. And that's what kind of made me sad. Like, for example, I may have mentioned this before, but, for Ike's, in Brawl, when Ike first came out, the whole praise Ether, like when he's going at you, when he gets the smash ball, it's just like, it was so epic. And then in this one, it's just praise Ether. It was just like, it just felt so flat to me. It's just like, I can't be the only one. Yeah. And then the same thing with the whole Sonic, like, I don't mind that they switched to the new voice actor, I'm fine with that. But it's like, in Brawl, it's like, he's screaming, I'll show you, and then like in this one it's just it's Super Sonic style. It's just like it feels a little flat, but mainly Ike's the one that bothers me because I missed that whole praise Ether thing, and like it got me so hyped up. It's like, damn, I gotta beat this guy. So that's one thing that I miss is just the whole enthusiasm of that.
Yeah, they seem worn down over the years. It seems there's another recording Smash. A lot of like recordings, it just seem to be like already pre-recorded, like Mario. I think it's always been the same since Brawl, right?
I think he's recorded some new ones.
Has he? I haven't noticed yet. All right.
I noticed a change for like say Super Mario Party. I noticed a change where like Mario sounded like I could tell he re-recorded new audio because it was his voice sounded a little bit deeper. I noticed like Mario's voice sounds a little bit deeper for some reason. It's still Charles Martinet, but that was something I noticed was like a little bit different. So I don't know if it was because like they did a new recording or what, but yeah, I do notice that they do record new things every once in a while. The biggest one obviously I noticed was in Smash Ultimate. Yeah. But yeah, so moving on from dislikes now. The main thing. Who are your mains and why?
All right, Laura, you want to start?
Mains? Okay. Well, I've taken a bit of a couple of the. My main since Smash 4 has been Dark Pit and Corrin, and I still kind of use them, quite a bit. Mm-hmm. But I've also tried out a couple of the newcomers, such as Simon and Richter and Ridley. Mm-hmm. And a bit of Incineroar as well.
And why do you play them?
I just think they're cool.
They're cool. They're handsome boys.
Well, especially Simon and Richter. And speaking of Simon, I was kind of bummed that his Chronicles appearance, which I dubbed Hooker Simon, didn't get in.
Can you explain Hooker Simon?
Okay, for context,
I need to know this.
The Chronicles. His design in Castlevania Chronicles gives him where he wears leather and has a bit of fur trim. He's also a redhead as well.
Let me just pull up a picture really quick.
Okay. Oh my god, the way you said it.
There it is. Probably put a picture up in the pit.
Yeah, I can see that. The whip is not helping you. But okay, now I see what you mean. That is really funny.
It's actually designed by the same creator of like Death Note. So there's
I think that was his Judgment design.
Oh, okay then. So, but he had like this similar kind of thing, or someone else worked on the picture too. But yeah, that's the image.
Oh my gosh, that was that was funny.
Yeah, this is
moving on. Any other mains?
Let's see. For me, from like also from Smash 4 and like even the N64, that's when I started in Brawl. I always like to play like Yoshi and I said Donkey Kong as well, and the Diddy Kong is really fun as well. And from Smash 4, I've made a little Pac-Man and Villager, just because they're unconventional characters, and I really love the unconventional. That's why like it's sometimes tricky for people to read me, because I'm always just kind of just all over the place. Pokemon Trainer and Inkling is really fun as well.
Thanks again for coming in, Laura.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now, my mains are... Who are they again? I just blanked. Okay, no, wait, I got it. Okay, so Kirby was always my main after, I don't even remember when I started using Kirby, but before, when I was a little kid, I would always play as Princess Peach or Zelda, and I'd have them wear the purple dresses because purple's my favorite color, obviously. Yeah. But now that I play it more frequently, one of my favorite characters to play as is Kirby, because I like the whole hammer and just the little moves that he can do. And my favorite thing is the jumping, because like I always jump around the stage. Like that's one of my go-to things, is I jump a lot. And so he's the one who jumps up the most. So that's why I tend to use him, as well as I like his moveset. Now for the whole game in Ultimate, I really have been playing as Wii Fit Trainer, Big Mac, Little Mac, and I've also been playing as the, what is it called? The Me Boxer, was it Me Pop? What was it? Me Brawler. There you go. Yeah. Me Brawler, as well as some of the sword characters, like Link. Now I'll explain each one. I started playing the Wii Fit Trainer because I had done a voice comic dub. Oh my god, I cannot English today, guys. This is why you shouldn't hire me. I started playing as Wii Fit Trainer because I had did a comic dub where I voiced the Wii Fit Trainer, and I was curious, like, what does she do? So I played as her, and I found out, wow, she's really fun to play. So I started playing as Wii Fit Trainer for that. Little Mac, also because, I watched Rocky for the first time during winter break, and oh my goodness, I fell in love with Rocky. And there was the whole boxing thing, and so I think I hit it at random, and I played as Little Mac, and I just really liked how strong he was, and I liked how the whole punching thing, and again, it gave me Rocky vibes, so I really liked it, so I kept playing as Little Mac, but I also make the joke that, I like Big Mac, that sort of thing, McDonald's, yay, don't sue us.
Yeah, like, he actually has, like, an underdog story as well as Rocky. Like, Rocky, he started, just as an assist trophy back in the Brawl days, or something, where, like, basically it just deconfirms any chance of them being playable, or they were considered. And then in Smash 4, he was actually, like, brought back, and he was such a, retro kind of thing. And all it does is, like, his punching, but, like, the uniqueness that he's very powerful on the ground but not in the air, like, makes him really, like, if you know how to use him, really strong. And just seeing him there, it's just a very basic moveset, but just how, like, impactful it was when he, like, entered it, and all the hype that happened. It was really cool to see.
Another thing that I noticed was the coach. I don't know the name of the coach for Little Mac.
Doc
Hudson, something like that?
It's Doc, I think. Yeah, it's just Doc, I think.
Wait, who's Doc Hudson?
Maybe it's him, I don't know. It's Doc something.
I just made a reference to something that I don't even remember.
I think
that's the name of someone. I think, is it Doc Hudson? It's something Doc. But anyways, I noted someone had made a post on Twitter about the coach, and I was like, oh wow, I really didn't know this. But yeah, it's just, it does have a lot of ties to that, and I also really did like it. Something for the original game, Punch-Out, that he's from, was the whole thing where he's like, he fights, God, what was it? He either
There's several people from, like, Minor Cup and Circuit Cup.
No, I mean, like, doesn't he fight an actual boxer? He fights...
It's Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
That was in the original. But
I was going to say Muhammad Ali, but it's like, no, it's Mike Tyson.
They had Mike Tyson in the original, but then removed him because of controversial reasons.
Yeah, I noticed that. And then Mario made a little cameo appearance as the the Erenaroonie cannot English today. The little coach, or not coach, the referee. There you go. He made little references to Mario was the referee inside the Punch Out. So yeah, he did have a lot of ties. So it was really cool to see him enter into the character roster, and of course being a fun character to play. Mm-hmm. And as for the sword fighters, I've never actually really played as the sword fighter characters before. My brother and all of them would always play Link and such, so I never really paid any attention to it. But like, I started playing as like say Young Link and Toon Link, and I had a lot of fun playing as a sword fighter. So I started to play it more often. Yeah,
all the Link mains back in Smash 4 moved on to Young Link because they changed his his appearance, his default appearance to like his Breath of the Wild. He doesn't have a chain, and like his bombs work a little differently. Mm-hmm. So they all moved on to Young Link because it's mostly the same thing as it was before that Veteran Tour.
That was the thing that I noticed too. That was strange. Was the whole Breath of the Wild Link outfit, but he doesn't have like his traditional like Link outfit available to choose. Mm-hmm. It's a different shade of green, but it's not like the normal one. But whereas Young Link does, as well as Toon Link has his usual tunic. But yeah, it was that was something that caught me off guard too. Was they don't have that as an option. But yeah, either way, I still like to play the sword fighter characters. Nice. And then, of course, I mentioned it to you before, but the whole Mii Brawler, I like to play it, and I'll explain why, giving some backstory with the Miis. Mm-hmm. So, for the Sonic and Mario at the 2012 London Olympic Games, I had my Mii character named Haley. Haley was my fan character in Sonic the Hedgehog when, I was like that. And so I would play as I made my little Mii, and I made her named Haley, and I would play her inside the game. And whenever it said Mii, it sounded like Haley. So I started playing with that. And so it just kind of caught on with that for me. And so then I did the same thing to put myself into the Super Smash Bros. World by putting my characters in there. And again, I put Haley because they still say me. And then they had the Brawler, the Sword Fighter, and the Gunner or something like that. But I preferred the Brawler because I like the whole, I like to brawl instead of sword fight and all that. But I have been playing the Sword Fighter more. Only one I haven't used was the Gunner. But yeah, same thing. I really like the moveset of the Mii Brawler. They had a lot of options to choose from, and I just really had fun. It packed a powerful punch, so to speak. And so that's why I really like that character.
Alright, that sounds good.
Yeah. So, moving on, we will talk about something that we both work on, and that is the Villainous English dubs. Now, we had just done 2 and released them not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, I really had a lot of fun doing them, as well as seeing them played out in the end. Mm-hmm. And something that I noticed was they are actually making a Villainous show, not just the little shorts anymore, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, it was announced like a little like last year, like late last year, with a little trailer that they had about like something Villainous This Way Comes or something. Mm-hmm. And it looks like they're gonna have like full show. Like a lot of like American audiences don't know is that Mexico actually released like 10 different episodes of Black Cat, just basically riffing on the Cartoon Network villains. And I asked people about Villainous, and a lot of people I was surprised haven't heard of it before. It's more well known internationally, but we just kind of just missed the spot. And this is why I wanted to do this project, because I wanted people to be more aware of the show, and I feel that it deserves more credit than like it's getting due over here. So that's why I did the English fandom to begin with, just for like me wanting to introduce it to other people. And surprisingly, a lot of people really like it. There's something like the video, the first few videos got like 1,000 views or something roughly around that, like 2,000 views is like wow. And to the point that even Hong Kong blocked my video at certain places because I used like Adventure Time clips like from Too Young and something else. It's focused on like Lemon Grab, because the episode was focused on Lemon Grab, and I actually got like my video like copyrighted. It's still like viewable in certain places, but like not in Hong Kong. I thought it was going to be from Mexico. I got like from the actual people of Villainous, but no, it was from Hong Kong of all places. But I'm gonna keep on pursuing. We're gonna keep on pursuing this.
Oh yeah,
because it's really fun. The next one's actually OKKO. Let's Be Heroes.
Oh right.
Yeah, it's gonna be on.
Remember that one?
Boxmore, whatever his name is, Buttman or something. I think they called it like Tonto Man.
It
like
was something
Spanish.
funny.
Yeah, he's a Buttman or something.
Now, obviously, that we're going to continue pursuing the Villainous English dubs. What is your favorite voice to do of the voices that we've done?
I guess Black Hat, because he's just kind of fun to do, and just how like his voice is like all this like this grainy kind of, you know, it's me, Black Hat, and stuff. I'm voiced almost by Jim Carrey.
Tim Curry, yeah.
Tim Curry. He was actually the inspiration from the interview from Alan. I have to like look up the name, but like the creator.
I was just gonna say that that was the whole thing. Was the actor sounds like he's doing the Pennywise voice that Tim Curry did. And so I thought that was really cool, like a little throwback to it, because that's like one of the most scariest villains for people was that clown character voice.
Yeah, he said that like I forget what it was. Like he had like an interview saying that it was like the Pennywise Tim Curry character, kind of like he has this sophistication in him, but always trying to hide a monster, and you can kind of hear it in his voice. It's like buy my products now at Black Hat Organization or die. You know, like he has like that businessman mentality and everything. It's like, I'm so good at what I do. Why don't I sell it to all the villains out there? Those pathetic villains that need my villainy.
And that's what I liked about it. You know, it just gave it like it felt more charismatic and it felt right, especially with the design of the characters. Like I could see it. Like if Tim Curry could ever do that, like for this show, I could see it.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a little synopsis. Villainous is a Mexican-American animated web series created by Alan Ateriel. It is based off of a 2012 web series which had been previously been created and picked up by Cartoon Network Latin America as a mini-series of 10 one-minute episodes of Cartoon Network for the Cartoon Network Latin American audience, which is the riffing episodes, and a couple of like few shorts here and there. And it really got picked up. Like it like got momentum. He was actually lucky because he got it from like this. He entered it like this Cartoon Network make your own cartoon dream, like that was happening internationally. And his animations actually won, so he got like a lucky shot into the thing. And I think it's the very first Cartoon Network show produced in Mexico. So it was pretty cool to see that, and then kind of distributed around the world. I'm not sure if it was like the very, very first, but I've heard it's one of the firsts.
Which is like a big step, and I really appreciate it for this show. Not only that, like the whole Tim Curry sounding voice, we actually do have someone who does do the voice, and that is Markiplier, which was a big shock. Markiplier, Mark Fishbach, plays the
505.
505. I was about to see BB-8 or BOB or something. 505. Markiplier plays that character, which is the blue little bear, where basically he doesn't really say anything. He just like, just like little sounds.
He confirmed that in one of his videos or something. It was like Ask Questions Here. He actually confirmed it at Reading Your Comments 19. And yeah, he confirmed that he is the voice of 505, and it works for like all the languages. Like you heard,
it's just the little sounds.
Yeah, you hear him in the Spanish dubs as well, because all it is just, and he's really good at just kind of just having one syllable to work with, and then like kind of changing the mood of the thing every time, because like he had experience with before. I saw like this one animation where it's like when you realize Markiplier's voice is in Villainous, and it was basically him playing Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my god!
F you. It is really funny.
What caught me by surprise though was that too. Like I saw how he plays that character, but the thing was like I was surprised that it was that character. Like because Markiplier can do a very like cool villain type voice as well, like with Darkiplier, you know, like that smooth villain voice. So I was just like, he can do those types of things too. I was just surprised that this is the character he does, which is just like it's cute and it's funny, and I'm glad that he has the character, but I wonder if he'll ever come back for more like doing more villain characters, like also doing 505, but also voice a villain, you know?
He actually was the voice, if you hear it closely, he was actually the voice of the muscular Black Cat version that Dementia
Really?
imagined. It's like, I want my own. That was actually him. It was like, Flog, get me my super evil lotion for my super evil layer.
That was
The only
him?
thing more evil that I could think of is have the audience wish more of me.
Oh.
He has that buttery smooth voice. Like, it's very distinct. It's like, that's Markiplier.
Okay, so they do use it. I'm glad. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, at least use it, because like that would be so, because you've got Markiplier doing a voice, but like at least have him do something. But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So favorite voice. I do love playing Dr. Flug. It's a lot of fun to be this scary little guy and just, doing all these little crazy things. But I also really like to play Dementia because I like to do crazy characters. For Dementia, I not only based on the voice actress's voice, but also I kind of use samples, say like Amy and Rosie the Rascal, which is the crazy version of Amy in a different dimension. So it's just this crazy little thing. And so just like this little fun character. I love playing kooky characters. That's why like I know I don't do a whole lot of videos on it, because like in order to play a kooky character, you gotta be able to scream and like to laugh without your neighbors freaking the frick out.
Yeah, it definitely like involves a lot of like energy and everything, and you kind of hear it in like the voices and everything. There's a lot of energy in the Spanish voices, I realize, more than the English voices. I mean, Black Cat is like the creator's voice in both versions. You can feel that energy, but I feel like the dubs could be a little bit more stronger. Like, I guess that was another reason. It's like, I wish like they had more like rambunctious kind of thing. Like other people were kind of iffy about the voices. It's like, maybe it could be a little bit more energy, like Black Cat's having, or like Markiplier's
I mean, we
having.
did do it in one take, but like if given the ability to do so and the recording space to do so, I will go all out on a crazy character like that. I love playing crazy characters. Like the whole Pennywise that I did, that was so much fun to do that crazy laugh, and the whole Dementia, it was just so much fun. And then characters like Rosie the Rascal, obviously I love to do her voice, and Jet the Hawk, just that crazy little voice. I just love doing crazy characters because like they have so much energy and they give you the ability to like exert that energy, and it's so much fun. So that's why I love playing the character Dementia. I hope there's more stuff to do with Dementia's voice because it's just so much fun.
She gets her own little thing called Dementia Tips on episode 4, focused on Powerpuff Girls Mojo Jojo.
Oh my god!
But we had to do like an acapella of it. Like it goes like, because there's no like OST on it, so we have to actually try that out.
Let's do it.
They will do it now.
But yeah, definitely, I will definitely be looking forward to that one. Let me tell you, I love playing kooky characters. So now that we've done that, let's move on to another topic. Now that we've talked about TV shows and such, let's bring it back into the whole video game stuff. So I'm gonna have you seen the trailers for Detective Pikachu at all?
Yeah, I've seen like the first one, and I haven't seen like the second, but it looks interesting, I would say. Though like the designs, everyone's like freaked out at the designs. I don't blame them because like hyper
Some of them
realistic.
are weird, yeah.
Mr. Mime is creeper face all the time.
Yeah, like I like some of the designs. Some of them will look a little weird, but like I'm still really excited to see it. Like so far, the look on it is like a lot of positive feedback from the audience, which I'm glad, considering it's a video game movie. Because people usually just like always mean about video game movies, like say the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is what we talked about on the last episode, was the whole Detective Pikachu, but I want to bring it back because obviously we're talking about video games, and Pikachu is one of the characters from Smash Ultimate. And so I really do hope that with Detective Pikachu, since it's receiving such a positive outlook over, there's some negative out about it, but so far it is really positive feedback, and I really hope that people start to realize, hey, not all video game movies are bad, which, by the way, I really liked Street Fighter and Super Mario Bros. Let's go.
Yeah. And I like the Donkey Kong Country movie, even though that was just 4 episodes and not in the correct order. I think it was reversed.
Yeah, I noticed that growing up too. There's a thing where it's like supposed to be a flashback, but the flashback doesn't come up till later.
Yeah.
So that was really funny. But yeah, even the Donkey Kong TV show, I love that. And that was actually another thing I was going to bring up. Did you watch any other video game TV shows growing up? I know you talked about the Donkey Kong one. Is that the only one?
Sonic X, definitely. My sister had me record VHSs on it, even though she doesn't want to admit that she wanted me to. She wanted me to, so I like recorded it before I went to Sunday school or Saturday school, I forget which. And then just recorded it so we could watch it later. We actually like stayed till like the final premiere of like the season finale or the series finale, where like Chris goes home like back to his planet and everything. We actually got that. We actually got that recorded on the thing. A lot of like heavy cuts or something. My sister actually saw the entirety in this Japanese thing, and it's much more better. Like it's much more tolerable. Even Chris is like much more tolerable in that because there was like less cuts and they could swear. But like it was the 4 kids, the infamous 4 kids. They like really know stuff.
Yeah, I did see a few clips for the Japanese, and I do like the 4 kids English because Jason.
Yeah, this is definitely lots of memories with that.
My voice keeps breaking. We'll move on, but yeah, I do really love the English voice cast. Mike Pollock, Jason, Amy Pallet, oh my God, Amy Ortiz. Yeah. I really like. Oh, Dan Green! I can't forget Dan Green also as well. Knuckles. Oh my gosh, I love the English cast. It's just. Yeah, I can see where people say, it's really cheesy compared to like, the Japanese version is more like, Sonic says shit next to Cream.
Yeah. Well, he's about to blast it.
Yeah, that's just the second episode, guys.
Yeah.
So it's just like, the Japanese version, I can see why people prefer that one because it was more serious, while as the Sonic X 4 Kids version had more silly tone, more sound effects, all these little things about it. So like people were just like, but it's just like, I love the cast of the original of the Sonic 4 Kids, but I also respect the Japanese version, even though I've only seen a few of that, and I've seen all of the 4 Kids version. So it's just I see for both ends,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of 4 Kids, we can't forget about Pokemon. I'm pretty sure that's what everyone kind of started and realized what anime was.
Yes.
And Indigo. People have like fond memories of Indigo. It's just like the best series, but to be honest, revisiting it again, there's like some flaws and everything. And I would say Johto has like a more better story than like Indigo does. Indigo definitely has like all like those memorable moments, like Goodbye Butterfree and like Ash and his rival Gary and everything when they were still rivals, and it's just kind of fun. And hearing Jessica Taylor as Ash.
Veronica Taylor.
I always get those two names wrong. Okay. But like her voice, I actually saw her like a SAC anime before.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I saw her at a convention once, which was cool. And like just hearing that, and it's just all that nostalgia and everything. I stopped watching when it was like the Advanced series, just because like I was like in middle school or high school then, and like I kind of fell out of Pokemon like since like Pokemon Stadium 2 and Gold and Silver, and I haven't gotten back to it until what was it, Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. Like I went back to like on Gen 6 because I kind of got overwhelmed with it, and like there was other stuff, and it was like now like 800 plus Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more to come this year. So I was like, oh gosh, I can't.
Yeah, but I know. I understand. I feel for the people who say like they missed the first gen. It's like, yeah, I get it, but it's like there's not the only gen. There's like a bunch. But it's like I do see why. Yeah, I do prefer the original as well. But my dude, you missed the most crucial fact about the original, and that is the opening theme.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my favorite one. I would play it and I would sing it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah. It's definitely like very iconic. Everyone just kind of stops what they're doing and just kind of sings along. Yes. They already know the lyrics and everything, so definitely like a gateway anime for people.
Yeah, and for voice actors too. Like I said, there's a bunch of voice actors who were in that. Like, I believe Dan Green was in there. I know Jason was in there. He's done Pokemon. Dan Green's in there. He did characters for like say Sir Aaron, and then Mike Pollock was the announcer. Who else am I missing? James is voiced by Stewart. Something Stewart. I can't remember.
Is it the same as Brock's voice?
Yeah, Brock. It's voiced by the same person. It's Stewart. God, what was it? Stewart. James Stewart? Is that who it is?
I'll look it up.
Okay, look it up, please. I don't wanna be wrong on this, but he does. That's where he started as well. It was the whole Stewart. What's his name? Okay, so Brock and James.
Eric Stewart.
Eric Stewart. There we go. Why am I saying John Stewart? Eric Stewart plays those two characters. So yeah, it's just like a gateway for a bunch of voice actors, and the same thing for Veronica Taylor, who played Ash. You know, it's just like a lot of voice actors started on that English version of Pokemon, which was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Turnstone for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. There was another TV show, video game TV show. I didn't really watch it, but there was the whole Kirby coming right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch one episode because I never watched it. No, I lied. There was one episode I watched that I remember from my childhood, and that was with Kirby and King Dedede were extremely chubby, and they have them both running on like an elliptical machine or like a treadmill. And I don't remember anything else about it, but other than that, which was really funny for some reason, because like they're just like both tired and just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And they're like, we gotta help him or something. It was something silly. I just don't remember at this point.
It's very silly. I'm like rewatching it again, just like on my downtime.
Mm-hmm.
And DDD is always very fun, and they have really fun with the voices. You could kind of see the age of it, like certain like for like dubs, you had to like kind of match the lips. And do those awkward pause moments, and then they had to finish up the line to match it up. So,
yeah. So that was one. And actually, like I mentioned before, I wasn't a Sonic fan until later on in age. So, like, I watched one little clip of Sonic X because, I hated Sonic. I was like, Mario, and just forget Sonic. But one episode that I did watch was Sonic and Knuckles were running away from all these, like, washing machines and all that were trying to attack them. And then, like I said, I got into Sonic, and then I watched the whole Sonic X series because, I was supported by voice actors. Like, yay! So, that one I didn't really watch, but I did watch Pokemon. I didn't watch all of it, but I do remember watching it. I was a big fan of Pokemon, as well as Pokemon Stadium, but that is the only Pokemon game I played. I mostly played just that one. I watched the Indigo series as well as a couple other things. The movie, the first one, Mewtwo Strikes Back, has a soft spot in my heart, and I just love playing as like the characters inside the new games and such, like say Smash Bros. You get to see play the characters again, and I really do look forward to seeing things like Detective Pikachu and hopefully Sonic the Hedgehog, and of course the upcoming Mario animated movie as well. So yeah, but other than that, the video game TV shows that I actually watched were the ones for Super Mario. The Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Hey, Paisano.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I watched those, and I watched, basically just the Mario ones, because, like I said, growing up, I was the Mario fan, so it was like Nintendo kids. So I watched Pokemon, I watched the Donkey Kong, and I watched Mario. I didn't watch the Legend of Zelda one. I just couldn't get into it. But yeah, basically, those are the ones that I really got into. And with all this in mind and like seeing the new stuff, I really do hope that, say, Detective Pikachu and Sonic and Mario are all successful. And hopefully open up more, maybe sequels. I hear that they're already considering a sequel for Detective Pikachu. So I'm really excited about that.
We'll just have to see what happens.
We will see what happens. And on that note, we will come to a close for this episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for coming here for this episode, both Axel and Laura. And if you'd like to, definitely check out AxelDK64 on YouTube and on DeviantArt. I'll keep you guys posted on more projects that I do. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that stuff, help the podcast grow. And I'll chat with you again, my lovelies. Later!
See ya!